Hello, and thanks for joining with me again today. We're talking again about Gnostics, this time about their salvation. And if you remember where I left off last time, humans were populating the earth, but evil had entered the human race when the creation of the first ruler, those demonic spirits, those fallen angels, so to speak, that he had created, were teaching humans evil ways. Well, the humans apparently became so evil that they no longer even considered worshiping the first ruler or serving him. So the first ruler decided that he was going to destroy the earth and humanity with a flood. The invisible spirit then inspires one man who is righteous, that is Noah, to preach to others, to tell them to seek the truth, and to warn them about what is happening. Those people who believed Noah and followed him, who listened to his message, were saved through the flood, not the way Moses had taught. The Gnostics rejected the idea of Noah building an ark, but they were hidden in a supernatural, luminous cloud from the destruction of the flood. Now, what happens to people when they die? How are they saved? Well, the Gnostics believed, according to the secret book of John that we've been studying, that humanity will be divided into three groups. And while they are alive, there are two spiritual forces, two spirits, which influence the thinking and the behavior of humans. The first is the spirit of truth, and the second is a counterfeit spirit that is deceptive and teaches ignorance. So the first group of people are people upon whom this spirit of truth descends, and they receive the message. And when they die, they return to the pleroma, to the entirety, to the spiritual world that we studied in our first few videos. And if you haven't seen them, I hope you'll go back because they set a foundation for what we're learning about now. And we've gone into quite some detail in this myth, this Gnostic myth, because this is the foundation of their beliefs. So when these people die, they'll return to this entirety. In our language today, we'd say they'll go to heaven. Now, the second group of people are those upon whom the counterfeit spirit, that evil spirit, has the most influence. The spirit of darkness triumphs over the spirit of truth, and they do evil in their lives, and they never do find enlightenment or spiritual truth. These people, when they die, will be reincarnated. They will receive new bodies. They will continue to reincarnate until they eventually understand the truth. And then, when they die, they will rise to the pleroma, to the entirety. Now, the third group are the people who have once been enlightened. They've received the truth. They've known from whence they came, and they understand about spiritual issues. But they later reject the truth. We call them apostate. These people, when they die, will go to a place of punishment that has been prepared for the first ruler and his evil creations. Now, what about Jesus in this message of salvation? Well, in the secret book of John, the Barbelo, who is also called Forethought, tells us that she has descended to humanity twice before, but had to return to the entirety. And it doesn't explain exactly why, but humanity would have been destroyed by her being there. So finally, she says, she has come to humanity a third and a final time that she became. This time she became incarnate in a human body and announced her message of wisdom, of salvation, and the awakening of human beings to the truth. Now, because the secret book of John identifies Jesus as the Christ and the Savior, it seems reasonable to conclude that Forethought, or the Barbelos' final visit to humanity in this body is her incarnation as Jesus. And that through Jesus, the Barbelo is calling human beings to wake up from our sleep, to recognize our true nature, to resist the evil ruler and his demonic spirits, and to follow her. In other words, you find salvation by joining the Gnostics.